Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Black Mirror 3. I'm in an effort to speed this process up, which would be in an effort to directly fight against the game. I'm going to try and use the walking map as much as possible for Act 3. Like, I don't really see a reason to do things. Notice right now, I can get to Black Mirror Castle, which is where I need to be. I can get to the hut in the woods where Ralph is, but this crossroad, the tumble down house, the lighthouse, Gordon's place, and the city are all off limits. So, yeah. There's a whole bunch of places they don't want us to go right now.
Hi, you waiting for me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, we are. Our condolences, by the way.
Thanks.
You're gonna try and get double paid, I bet.
Okay, Adrian. I'm Greg. This is Steve. So, you're the boss now, right?
It looks like it. But I still have to get used to the fact.
Okay, boss. Well, maybe the best thing is for you to start right away. In fact, Miss Angelini has forgotten to give us further instructions.
Instructions? To do with the restoration? I don't know. I haven't managed to have a good look around yet.
Sure. Then perhaps you want to get a general overview first. Well, there is a heck of a lot of building work going on.
So why don't you just get on with your work then?
No offense, sir, to the name of the Gordons, but it would be nice to know if the good lady left anything behind. I mean, apart from the building work.
You mean money-wise?
Yep.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Well, see you later then, sir. We'll wait for you in front of the castle.
So these guys aren't going to work until they know that there's money to pay them. But I figured they were going to run a con
This is my new home.
where they said that
A
she
little
hadn't
more
paid
spacious
them
than
for
my
this
college
month and she
room,
already
prison
had.
cell,
Get
if not that much
an
brighter.
extra paycheck out of them. Right.
I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. They should point to the entrance, but where and how?
Okay, so immediately we're just going to have to try every single item and see if anything we own right now can interact with it. And it seems like the only thing we can do is use the map on it. So we're going to just mark it on the map. We need to find 3 more of these.
I'll note it down on my map. I'll lay a piece of paper on the map and use it to note down all the important information.
So is he doing a rubbing or what? Let's look at what the map looks like now. He's just added a post-it note on a walking map, which he could have just drawn directly on the walking map, but whatever. The scale is way off, by the way. Like, these tiny little dots represent a building. The castle isn't that big. And we have our handy dandy look at everything ability, so we know what to look for. It'd be handy to know.
The mailman's been here. I'll have a look.
I don't know if he really does have any money. I would assume he probably does.
A letter and the newspaper.
And so we just have like random things like a letter M and a valuable necklace. Let's see, letter to Adrian Gordon.
A letter addressed to me? Strange. I've only just moved in.
We already have the solicitor's or the notary's name number. We need to call that.
The Guardian's third virtue is mercifulness. Just as water grows drop by drop and becomes a mighty ocean, so should every call for help be heard and find a sea of answers.
I don't know what that means, but this clearly is another hint from the person who's giving me clues, which I'd kind of forgotten about that person.
Yet another one of those cryptic messages? No thanks. The last one drove me right into the clutches of a head case.
Which either Phil is still trapped in that building or got arrested.
P.M.B. Dukes, Notary, 21 Upper Brook Street, Ipswich, Suffolk, UK. The keys to the castle the notary gave me.
So they probably were going to have a whole scene where the notary would talk to me, but they realized, I think appropriately, that it wasn't worth the animation or the voice acting. But it is kind of ridiculous that these wouldn't just be in the mailbox too. A envelope with the keys and the notary card, because then you would have had to found them and realized they were in your inventory. It's very possible somebody could have played for a couple hours and never even gone in their inventory and looked at it to see there was new items.
The picture of me. That's the one I did for Murray. He can never get enough, can he? I don't want to know what kind of dough he screwed out of the newspaper for that. Well, what does it say here? Blackmere Castle has a new lord of the manor. It has transpired that the young American Darren M., against whom the accusation of arson has yet to be proved, is the last descendant of the Gordon family. Great. Now everyone will think I've torched my inheritance. And what's even worse, that I'm rich. I'll throw the paper away.
So, yeah, that was pointless. Alright. Well, we have lunchbox, a facade, and another Menhir. Let's go steal somebody's lunch. That'll become useful at some point.
A lunchbox. I guess it belongs to Greg. There's just a large packet of toothpicks in it. Does anyone have that many gaps in the teeth?
So yeah, we steal his toothpicks.
The castle itself is already sinister enough, but the soot on the facade makes it look like something out of a haunted house backdrop. I ought to get it removed.
Yeah, you could do something really nice here. Just sandblast it and paint it all white and bright colors. Get rid of the skulls. Flip this castle into something that looks way more friendly. While still remodeling it. I imagine that's how most medieval castles in the UK look these days. They're designed to be somewhat medieval and macabre, but mostly to be more of a place you might rent out if you're rich enough to have your honeymoon in. Or you make a museum out of it or something like that. Let's see. What do we have over here? 2 more menhirs. The balcony and the folding ladder. So it doesn't really feel like this is... Oh. Oops. So because of that, we can now fast travel to different positions inside the castle themselves. Interesting.
Looks like it's broken.
It was those damn long-haired hippies from the next village.
So I'm gonna have to be careful not to click on the map because it's gonna just fast travel me to different parts of the castle, but it's actually very convenient in the long run that I can wander around the castle, because I imagine there's going to be several places inside the castle I can go and will need to go. So we're up to 4. I need to find 2 more.
I've now drawn in 3 Minias.
Here's another one. So maybe I need to put water in this statue. This fountain, maybe? Maybe not. Let's see. Now over here, this area is nothing, so let's just see if we can get into the greenhouse this time. We weren't allowed to go in before.
The door is practically rusted solid to the frame. It's obvious that Lewis hasn't seen the inside of the greenhouse for more than 3 weeks. This is in dire need of a good tidy up.
Lewis, the guy who is dead like everybody else.
Welcome to the jungle. Half of it is dried out, and the other half is rotten.
So here we have a bucket.
That was a bucket for water.
With a hole in it.
Maybe I can use it for something else.
So it seems like we're gonna have a puzzle that's gonna use a lot of this stuff.
What have we got here? A garden hose. Hoses have always brought me luck so far.
Let's see, what else do we have to click on? A carpet in a...
It's very unusual to put carpet down in a greenhouse.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. That didn't make any sense.
A withered plant. It says Valeriana Walrathi on the label here.
I have a wooden shaft.
That must have been one hell of a rake. Now it's just a long wooden stick. The bottom part is broken off.
So we're just massively increasing our inventory again. So the carpet, the statue, and the plants. And nothing else to click on. Well, up here there's some rambling plants.
It looks like the gardener is the murderer. Or, like Lewis, got wrapped up with a murderess. A statue. Is that the white lady? I doubt it. She's too scantily dressed. Oh God, I see her everywhere, even though she's not there at all. Still, it's a shame she's got so dirty.
But do I have anything that could clean the statue? I don't think I do. Let's see, seems like we can move the carpet, maybe. Then we're gonna have to leave this area.
The gaps between the tiles haven't been cemented. The tiles here have only been placed loosely next to each other.
Well, let's see if we can do something with the tiles then.
The tiles here have just been placed loosely on there. There's a trap door underneath them.
Okay. We just stumbled our way into a whole new area.
So where does
that was too
lead
easy.
to? Far down in any case. It looks like an old well shaft.
Let's see, we can see there's a case.
There's a case on a sort of ledge. Who put
and the
Who
ground.
knows what could be moldering at the bottom of this well?
Alright, so maybe I use the M with the hose. Hose with the case. Stick with the case.
The stick is long enough, but I can't hook the case up with it. I need something like a handle.
Well then let's see if the M works on the stick.
If the stick wasn't wood but a magnet, then maybe. But this won't hold.
What about the M in this? What about the key ring with this? So I'm going to click this item and just hover over every item I have and see if anything looks like it would work. Nope. I don't think we can do this yet. I think we're missing stuff. Which is not super surprising. That we would just find something and have to go somewhere else and keep looking for items to use. Like, now inside of Black Mirror Castle there will be the kitchen, there will be the hallway, there will probably be Victoria's room, there will probably be at least a couple more rooms. Let's take this pot now, see if we can grab it.
An empty pot. I'm guessing the guys here have heated up their lunch in it. I have no idea what I could do with a pot at the moment. I think I'll leave it here.
Maybe I'm supposed to cast this in some kind of mold, but how could I make a mold? If we were to do this in that, nope. Or this in that, nope. The only other thing seems to be nothing. This kind of looks like this is a cat, but it's not. To the hole we go. There was a mirror here that gave you a jump scare in the second game. That's missing. And then there was the picture of Mordred. Alright, let's just click the button and save ourselves some time.
The Gordon coat of arms. Pretty uninspiring. I'd expected a fire-breathing dragon or a griffin with bloody claws.
We got some loose tiles.
Amazing. The new tiles look as old as the old ones.
I wouldn't be surprised if they are as old.
The upper floor is a heap of rubble. The left wing of the castle is really collapsed now.
Really collapsed because they said it was collapsed before.
Why this debris was brought into the main hall of the castle and not taken outside will remain an eternal mystery to me.
Alright. So they're just explaining why things are the way they are.
The entire hall is one big construction site.
There's a figurine of a dog.
For some reason, I'm wary of dogs.
Okay, what else is there to click on? We have a bucket. We're just going to collect as many buckets as possible, apparently.
Tasty. Dried wallpaper paste.
So, if we were to, say, use this with that, guess we can't.
A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. I'd already discovered it before the castle fire.
But didn't the stairway open up? Wasn't that the case?
The globe is metal. I can't see a weld seam. I wonder how they got it through the door.
Well, clearly there's something we're gonna do with the foundation stone.
A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. I'd already discovered it before the castle fire.
Is it a min here? And I'm just not recognizing that? I guess it is.
Why should I draw the globe on my map?
Well, apparently the game won't let me do it until I figure out the reason. But of course the reason now to do it would be, hey, the game just played different music and told me I questioned my actions. So a book was mentioned. Geez, this room did not get any damage at all. So there's all kinds of things. I think the smartest thing to do would be to call the notary first. Just, do I have any money?
Yes?
Is this Mr. Dukes, notary for inheritance law and whatnot?
Absolutely correct. And you are?
Gordon. Adrian Gordon.
Ah, Mr. Gordon, my condolences once again for the loss of your great-grandmother.
Thanks.
I'm assuming you still have a few questions concerning the reading of the will yesterday?
Yep, they cut out that whole thing. Yeah, if you read the will yesterday, you should know whether you got any money or not.
Mr. Dukes, can you tell me again what exactly is included in my inheritance?
Well, Mr. Gordon, you're the last descendant of the Gordon lineage and inherit the Black Mirror Castle estate and the one in Wales, a few hundred acres of woodland, as well as the assets in the family bank account amounting to £100, with all privileges and responsibilities.
100
what
pounds.
Responsibilities?
The proper management of the woodland, adherence to hunting regulations, maintenance of the property and the garden. Sale is explicitly prohibited. At most, you can hand it over to the church. Nothing outstanding, no debts. Not a bad inheritance at all, don't you think?
I'll be in touch, Mr. Dukes.
So keep the house in Wales. Live in that. Hand this one over to the church. Let the church do what they want with it. Be done with it.
My family tree.
Well, you know what? You
A
could
mini
probably
bar hidden in there, but I'm not interested in that right now.
probably sell the items inside the place without anybody getting too familiar or recognizing that's what you're doing. So, you know, just start selling all the books, selling all the interior items, all the furniture. That'll make you a decent amount of money.
That's the only part of the library that was damaged by the fire, fortunately.
Got all kinds of bookcases it wants us to look at.
Books about horses, horse breeding, hunting dogs, polo, and so on. The Gordon's hobbies. I'll put in a computer here.
Or, you know, instead of giving this away to the church, you might turn it into a hotel. Make it a money-earning possibility. Get in bed with Murray.
As if the chaos of books wasn't enough, all the drawers have been pulled out just in case.
I'm gonna have to look at every single bookcase.
All of the books here have Latin titles. Doesn't mean a thing to me. Stories, adventures, and fairy tales. Dickens, Defoe, Anderson, Jules Verne. These are probably the most up-to-date books in this library. An old mural. Looks like The Last Supper. Shakespeare dramas, Shakespeare tragedies, Shakespeare comedies. This will be the shelf for my comic collection.
So, if he only has 100 pounds, which is not a lot of money.
Will there ever be a bigger reference book?
He really can't pay the repairs.
Some of the additions look damn valuable. Good that the fire didn't spread through here. Someone doesn't seem to have understood what a bookshelf is for.
Alright. What else do we have to click on? We have columns, and an armchair, and then the family tree, which we'll have to use, I think, at some point.
In the corner, there's a richly ornamented mighty column. The weight of the castle rests on it. I'd love to have a little bit of a rest. All of the candles are burned right down. Whatever. I wasn't planning on lighting them anyway.
So, in this area, there's like this that we can interact with, this, and this, which are these two, which are you can look at. Let's interact with this and see what happens. Am I gonna have a hallucination or dream? Or did I literally need to do that to move time forward? So it'd be funny if this ended the game. Like you lost, you sat down and you took a nap.
In the corner, there's a richly ornamented...
So, like, if that moved time forward, then I may have made a mistake doing that, because there's no way to move time back as far as I know. It's just gonna add himself to it.
At some point I should put my name into the family tree, but not now.
Let's see. Yeah, that was my thought, is maybe you're just gonna write your name in there. Right. Well, it doesn't seem like there's anything in this room. No surprise. We've got a tea room, we'll double click over. We have been in this room in the previous game, but it was really only in cutscenes.
What's a tea room without a teapot? This one's being used as a flower pot.
This is just a lot of everything.
Here before. Either they were destroyed in the fire, or were taken down to be restored.
Just a lot of clicking on things for no reason.
Bills, 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 bank statements.
So unless she has accounts that the will was not aware of.
Nothing in them. Huh. Who's this one from?
Like they were sending money
Del Vaticano,
to
Roma, Italia. It's from the Vatican. What did Victoria have to do with the Vatican?
They were giving a lot of money to his fake mother, so that money had to kind of come from somewhere. Let's look at this.
6,000 pounds is paid in every 3 months. No indication of who it came from. It just says here it was paid in over the counter. The last entry is 4 months ago. And the account was virtually empty 2 weeks ago. By Valentina Antolini. Authorized by Victoria Gordon. That must have been money for the construction guys.
So they have been paid something.
What are these marks? It looks like mildew. Ugh, not that healthy. It's really quite pretty, this ostrich egg cup.
Let's see. How many more things are there to click on in this room? Several.
The clock has stopped. Probably during the last century.
What do you mean it stopped? It's clicking right now.
Ugh, horrible things. Beats me what people think is so great about statues of naked kids with wings. Horse breeding was once a big thing here. The sculpture probably originates from that period. The plinth is probably marble.
So, is there some item I can use on the marble plinth? Because we've really gotten to that point where it's just like, try everything on everything. If you, after you look at something, if it doesn't go away.
Maria, the mother of all statues.
Okay. So, what did we really accomplish in this last 30 minutes? Let's see, we are, I think, 17 now? 17 save slots, so 8.5 hours of gameplay. We could hit the end of the game at any random second because this game really has no way of telling me if we're close to the end or not, other than the acts, but I don't know how many acts there are or how long they're going to be. And yeah, it feels like we just spent the last 30 minutes wandering around, looking at new scenes, looking at items. It front loads a lot of busy work each act, and then once you've eliminated all the possibilities and only the things that actually matter remain, then you can start to figure out what you're actually supposed to do and how you're supposed to actually solve whatever challenge the game is giving you. Anyways, that's another 30 minutes. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on a myriad of social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. Also, you can support me through Patreon or gift me a game through Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.